Okay, my name's Zakashi, guys, and in this video here, you see the title, you see the thumbnail, it's time to save. Now, the title was like that just so I could reel you guys in, but you guys need to start making your own decisions from here on out. And I've got some information in general about what the future is looking like for Dragon Ball Legends, going into the festival, which would be the next celebration, which starts around November. At the time I'm uploading this video, Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta's banner should have already disappeared. We already had the part 1 banners that have already disappeared. I'm referring to Fusing Super Vegito and Fusing Gogeta Blue, who are amazing. Hopefully you guys did get them. Let me know in the comment section below. But all the fusions are already gone, and that's obviously a big deal. The part 2 banners, Super Saiyan God Goku and Ultimate Gohan, still do have some time, maybe just under 2 weeks. So if you still want to go for those guys, you can. But I think about the time after they disappear, you might want to consider saving, and this is what this video is about. Now, referring to last year or any time prior to the 6th anniversary, I started saving quite early, but there were some things that baited you, and there's always going to be stuff that's going to bait you. If you look at the history of Dragon Ball Legends, with them releasing certain units every single month, they usually drop stuff that it's very valuable or good right before the anniversary or the celebration, which would obviously be the festival otherwise. So if we look at this anniversary specifically, they dropped Super 17, who was pretty much dominating the game, Ultra Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, we had Ultra Golden Frieza, and even Super Baby 2, who's pretty much one of the best partners for the Ultra that we got in the 6th anniversary, obviously referring to Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. And for you to have to summon on those guys, you'd have to sacrifice the Chrono Crystals you've got, which you could be using on the 6th anniversary characters. So it's like, do you spend your Chrono Crystals before we get to that point, or do you just ignore them and play with only what they're offering in the celebration? But that's why this saving video is important, because a lot of you guys would want my advice, but just want you guys to know my advice or what I say in this video isn't law. By all means, you should play the game how you want to. So if something's attractive to you, if something's likable to you, you enjoy something, it's your favorite character, even if they're not good in the game, you might just want to collect them, by all means go ahead. But this is more so for the guys that want to be up to date with what's meta, or at least have a good time in PvP, especially when the celebration happens, because a lot of the previous units just get power crept. By power crept, I mean they're just unable to keep up with whatever's new. We saw that in this anniversary where Super 17 completely disappeared. It's quite unfortunate that he did. It's not that he's terrible, but the anniversary units were just so good that he's not in that conversation. We've also had Bomb Crews fading in and out. The previous festival units are fading in and out. We've had Beast Gohan come in and out because of Ultra Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, but with the Son family units, he's not really cutting the bill, but people use him because they like him. It's Beast Gohan. Even Ultra UI, when Gogeta Blue first dropped, he was obviously still relevant, but then moving forward to part 2 where Ultimate Gohan dropped, Gogeta Blue's value was skyrocketing to even rival UI Goku. And then with part 3, Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta having his counter, Gogeta Blue is clearly more valuable than Ultra UI. It's very interesting how times can just change just like that. Anyways, I've done a bunch of yapping, just generally speaking, talking about what's been happening recently. Let's get into the future part, referring to what we could be getting going into the festival, but even before that. So you'd obviously want a reason to save, and the festival is enough of reason to save. But this big thing is something you should know about. It's very important. Dragon Ball Daima. We all know Dragon Ball Daima is coming out fall 2024, which would be around October. We're all looking forward to it. I hope you guys are. Even if you're not, it's a big thing because they're obviously going to drop units relating to Daima in Dragon Ball Legends. How do I know this? Why do you ask? It's simply because they've already announced content in the new Dragon Ball game, the hit Dragon Ball game, Sparking Zero, the next series in the Budokai Tenkaichi series. If that game already has some Daima content, and if we look at the previous trends with Dragon Ball Legends, when the Broly movie came out, they dropped Broly and Super Gogeta, the transforming one, Super Saiyan Gogeta, if you want to call him that. They've also dropped a lot of Beast Gohans, well 2. They've dropped superhero units in general to promote the movie. They do these things because it's their whole franchise. They're obviously going to drop some Daima units. But even if they don't, you just want to be prepared just in case. It's very likely that by October, which is right before the festival starts, they will bait us with some amazing Daima units. And with Daima itself, we don't have much to go with it. They've kept it top secret, and I remember talking about this in January when I was at the Battle Hour in Los Angeles when they showed us the preview and the trailer. With Daima, more than anything else, they kept it very quiet and secret. Usually with stuff, it gets leaked. We've seen so many Ultra Instinct Gokus in Legends get leaked, but with the manga, it sometimes gets revealed early. You see the manga chapters without translations and things like that. But with Daima, there's barely any info out there, which means that they've done a good job of keeping it quiet. There also hasn't been many promotion, obviously regarding Akira Toriyama's death most likely. RIP, very tragic of course, but nonetheless, they are still dropping the series. So when they do drop the series, there's probably going to be some hype things that go go on in the series that would be something that we could get in Dragon Ball Legends. Talking about free-to-play units, it might be something we've already seen. We're obviously going to get new characters. We've already seen some new characters, and we don't know what variations of Goku, Vegetas, and all the other guys that we could get from that series alone, which they could drop in Dragon Ball Legends. Would they come under the kids tag? Would they be movies? Would they be their own separate tag that's going to be new? The game is planning to change, and the devs have already spoke about upcoming changes going into the 7th anniversary. They've also released a lot of new tags recently. Look at the Universe Rep tag that they dropped last year. That's an example of a new tag, so it's very likely we could just get a new tag in entirety. But the point is, if they drop something right before the festival, for one, it's most likely going to be OP, especially following the trends of what we've got. 2 Beast Gohans, for example, Pycon being very relevant for a long period of time, Ultra Super Janemba, you get what I'm saying. So if they do drop something very overwhelming and super hype, you want to be prepared for it, even if it's in the festival or outside of the festival. And the biggest thing I can think of, given that they're dropping a whole series, is going to be Dragon Ball Daima, and something we haven't seen in the franchise. So that's why you need to start saving from now. Also, just discussing, I don't know how hype you guys are based on Legends Limited or Mega Shenron. Me personally, he's not moving me. I do like the fact he has Indestructible, but it's nothing to die for in my opinion. I do like GT a lot, but with the Chrono Crystals that I have right now, I would have rather spent it on Gogeta, as in the yellow one, even though he's already gone. And UG4 I already have him 14 stars, so I think I might just start my saving from now. But yeah, whether you're saving from now or not, I think the latest time you should start saving is by the time the part 2 units of the anniversary go, or at the latest Omega Shenron disappearing, because they're still going to drop Legends Limited between now, August, so August would be the next month. They might even drop an Ultra again between now and then going into November. They could drop another one in September, which they probably will. There'll be a lot more things to come, and you need Chrono Crystals if it might be something that you're going to be interested in. Specifically those future guys that are still waiting for something. They thought they were going to get something this anniversary, they got nada. But yeah, that's regarding mainly Daima, but going on with what's happening right now. Now, referring to the festival is obviously something hype to save up for. If we refer to last year, we got Beast Gohan, Goku and Vegeta, Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken, and Super Saiyan Blue Evolution. When part 2, we got the first Legends original unit, Bardock and Goku and Bardock, who are green and blue. Bardock being green, Goku being blue. And then for the part 3 of the festival, we got Ultra UI. They finally decided to move out of that Ultra Fusion Warrior box where we got Ultra Super Gogeta, we had Ultra Gogeta Blue, and they dropped Ultra UI. Now people are thinking that we could get something completely different as well, considering also we just got 3 Fusion Warriors in one anniversary. A lot of people like to say that they're not going to do that, they already did this. Well, what they just showed us in this anniversary is they can really do anything they want. Let's also take into the fact that they've literally dropped 5 Legends Limiteds in one anniversary. They dropped Gogeta Vegito, they dropped Godku, Ultimate Gohan, then they dropped an Ultra in between after all of that, and we're thinking, alright, cool, the anniversary's done. But just when we thought it was finished, they brand this Legends Limited Omega Shenron as part of the 6th anniversary. We're still in the after party, so the anniversary isn't technically over, and they drop another Legends Limited. That's quite crazy. So in the festival, you really don't know what to expect. They might even amp it up and make it longer. They might drop more Legends Limiteds like they did in this anniversary with the festival. It could be crazy. They could drop 2 Ultras. That discussion was going around this anniversary already. So anytime you think they wouldn't do that, that's not going to happen because this happened. They really proved to us that this anniversary, anything can happen. Every time somebody said, oh, we just got 2 Fusion Warriors, we're not getting UG4, we then ended up getting UG4. You know, people were saying we wouldn't get 2 Ultras, but then they gave us 5 Legends Limiteds instead. It's like they can up the amp in ways that we are not expecting, so you just need to be ready with the amount of Chrono Crystals. And if that doesn't hype you up to save so that you can get a unit, I don't know what will. Think about the possibilities that we can get. We haven't got a Legends original unit since the last festival, so if we're probably going to get another one, I would say it's going to be the next festival. They're only going to drop them in the festival. We could get a Beast and Orange Piccolo similar to what Dokkan Battle got, where they both do the special beam cannon. We could get a Trunks and Gohan unit. We don't know what we could get. I'm just throwing out some ideas. I'm not here to discuss, but Frieza Cooler, you know what I'm saying? I'm just giving you guys some choices. Even for the Ultra, it could be something insanely hype. Ultra Beast Gohan, everybody's pulling on that. That's going to break the game. Ultra MUI, everybody's pulling on that. That's going to break the game. They've got so many backdoor mechanics that could come out, just things that you would be like, wow. Legends has only gone and done it again. People say the game's gonna break, people play the game regardless. The hype goes through the roof. We all enjoy. The cycle continues. Dragon Ball have been recycling content and we love them so for doing it. It's unavoidable. So those are your reasons to save for the festival in general. Now, just regarding saving, after this anniversary, it showed me that saving isn't everything. A lot of people that did not save got every single anniversary unit with just just what they offer in the celebration. Going into the festival, they're obviously going to give us a lot of chrono crystals just like they did in this anniversary. You should expect that. It's a celebration. I believe we got over 40,000 chrono crystals in the anniversary in total. Every month we get an average from 13 to 20,000, but then obviously because it's the anniversary month, they amp it a lot more. There was a lot of chrono crystals they gave out this celebration. It's actually insane, and you should expect the same for the festival. But just because you save does not mean you are guaranteed to get the unit. Yes, with Legends Limited you can at least get the pity, but do you want a 2-star Legends Limited? That's down to you to decide. But really and truly, saving isn't the end all be all, especially when it comes to ultra banners. I've seen so many people go 10,000, 15,000, 20,000, 30,000, 50,000. There's even been people that have gone 100,000. I know a couple guys in my chat that spent over $500 and barely got one copy. Some got 0, and it's really the type of thing that will make you want to quit playing Dragon Ball Legends. So if you don't get the unit and you saved, that would obviously be crushing. Most likely you're going to get the unit if you save, because if you spend more, the odds of you getting the unit is higher because you increase your chances because you're rolling more. But if you don't save and you don't get the unit, it'll probably be less crushing, but you would still suffer the defeat of not having the unit. So for the guys that think saving isn't good, there is pros and cons to it. For example, you'll be missing out on everything between then and now. So because you're saving, you're missing out on everything. Then the possibility of you still getting shafted in the celebration when you skipped everything. You could have summoned on 5 different units and you skipped it just for 1 unit in the festival and you still don't get that unit. That is so crushing. But of course, the odds are you are going to get that unit. So how do you want to play the game? Do you want to take the risk and just spend whenever you get the chance? Which is not how free-to-plays are intended to play. The game isn't built so that you guys that are free-to-play can just get everything. The game, I would say, is not free-to-play friendly. It is free to play in the sense that you can play and be free to play and be able to keep up, but for you to get everything, that's completely ridiculous. So you're going to take that risk and spend on everything, or you're going to save and take the risk as well but have a higher chance on the most hype units, which would be in the festival. Saving isn't everything, but of course it would increase your odds. You do what you want with this information. And then the last thing I want to mention is just there's possible rerun banners that could bait you. Ultra Super Saiyan 2 Gohan is probably someone that people really want. They just reran Ultra Vegito Blue and Ultra Gogeta Blue. Ultra Gogeta Blue shouldn't be in anybody's sights besides from collectors, but Ultra Vegeta Blue can still be used. We've seen that through him being in the top 20 most used units. He's still somewhat being used, and I personally think he's a good partner with G4. They have insanely hard-hitting ultimates. We have Ultra UI, people would still want him. Maybe the other Ultras people don't want that much. Golden Frieza's probably in that conversation as well. People do want him, and they still got more Ultras that will come out in the future. The Limit Break banner, of course, which gives you Legend Limited Z power. There's these things that could bait you. You still also need Chrono Crystals to summon on it. So saving is all in your interest. It's only for the newer things that it doesn't give you time to breathe. We just came out of 5 banners and they dropped Legends Limited Omega Shenron. That's the 6th banner this anniversary. It's like, yo, that's not even including the reruns. There's no time to breathe if you're summoning on everything, so at some point you're gonna have to skip something. And if there's a best time to skip something, I would say it's now, simply because for me personally, Omega Shenron doesn't suit me. If you're a GT guy, you probably summon on this. They won't give you something till the festival anyways. But that's just a reference for reruns. Some things could bait you, but you need Chrono Crystals for them anyways, so you might want to start saving because of that. But yeah, hopefully this video did hype you up and did motivate you somewhat to save. I've got a lot of tutorials on how to save and how to gain Chrono Crystals. There's obviously going to be new events going forward every single month. There's going to be a lot of quiet time now that we're leaving the anniversary, especially after the after party, but you should still be playing the game continuously to stock up your Chrono Crystals. I'm super hyped for Daima, me personally, and the festival is obviously going to be big with Sparking Zero. I will be posting content on Sparking Zero. I'll definitely be playing that game. So overall, it's a big year for Dragon Ball. You guys should definitely be tapped in. Stay tuned to the channel if you haven't, because I will be posting all the information you need on pretty much everything going on. But hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. If you haven't already, make sure to press that subscribe button. We're on this grind to 100,000 subscribers. I appreciate you guys for watching the video, man. My name is Zakashi, guys, and I will see you guys in the next one, man.